today we're going to be doing an artist on a budget. We're trying to keep it $10 and under for all the basic necessities that you would need for drawing and lining. So, first things first, you need a pencil. The Kimberly 4H or 2B, 2H, whichever you prefer on here. This is an open stock pencil that you could get on Blick.com for 98 cents for one pencil. So just under $1. So that's your pencil. Next, you'll need a liner. So on Blick.com, they have the Microns on open stock, so you can get them any size number that you want. Excuse me, guys. I think I'm coming down with a cold. My voice is very hoarse. This one is 05, and you can see that it's a thick nib. And this one is an 01, and it's teeny tiny. So this is 5, and this is 1. Very small. So you could pick one of those, and it costs $2.63 for one of these. So you don't have to buy a whole giant pack of them. You can just purchase one to keep yourself limited. And next, you'll need a kneaded eraser. So this is the Blick Studio version one. This is the small. It's 55 cents. You can get it for. It's a kneaded eraser. This is what picks up all the graphite dust after you're drawing, so you kind of don't smudge it all over the place. So there is that. Next, and then you need an alternate eraser also, which is a white vinyl. Here, this is the Alvin pencil eraser. It's white vinyl. This is good for erasing your pencil and not leaving like smudge marks. Any vinyl eraser. There's quite a few of these that I like, but this one is the most efficient and cost effective. So this is 78 cents for this one. And then obviously you would need blending stumps or tortillions. So on Blick.com, they have an assorted version pack, 4-pack, for 89 cents. Super cheap, super affordable, because if you notice these things, and they're just paper, really, honestly. They're just paper, so you want to get the most out of it. So spending less is definitely getting the most out of it for this. So yeah, great deal. This was an assorted 4-pack for 78 cents. And last but not least, the piece de resistance, which is the paper. Okay, so I have been debating on what to show you guys for paper, because it really depends on what your end result's gonna be and how you're gonna use it. So if you want to do just pencil sketching, just straight drawing, then I'd probably say just go with a Strathmore drawing or sketch. I had one to show you, but I actually gave it to my brother. Actually, no, I don't think I gave it to him. It was Strathmore, but it was Blick. The Blick version of drawing. So this is probably the best thing to utilize. It's a super smooth surface, and you can erase rather quickly with this. So here's the Alvin eraser. So I'll just, I don't even know how long this has been in here, but this works pretty well with this. So this is definitely a smooth, super smooth eraser, super smooth paper to use. And this is an 8x10, so obviously you can see it's kind of big. But this I would just use for drawing. Now, if you want to experiment a little bit and start dabbling in other mediums, I would say to, in particularly watercolor, if you really want to dabble into watercolor, then I would recommend the Canson XL watercolor. Now there's two different XL versions. This is watercolor, and there's also a mixed media one. I would actually suggest the mixed media one because you can use it with like a light gouache or acrylic if you want. Not heavy, but very light. But this one, yeah, you could use this. So for instance, you do the sketches here and then you can watercolor over them, which is awesome. This is one that I was working on, just doing sticker labels. I didn't really get to finish all of them yet, but this is something that is Project 2020 so this is something that I'm doing, but that is for watercolor. Now if you like markers and you're heavy into markers and heavy into marker coloring, and I mean alcohol markers like Copics or Prismacolors or Hoo markers, I would see, I'm very torn because I have a lot of different papers for it. These are the three papers. Three? Is it three? Yes, three. These are the three papers that I love the most. So this is a pro paper if you have some money to burn and you want to experiment with this. If you're on a budget, this is even pricey, I would say. But this is probably the most cost efficient. And so here's the thing with this paper, and I don't know if many of you know, I'm thinking I'm gonna do probably a tutorial on it, but there are marker papers that are specific to inking. So for this one, this is no bleeding, no feathering, heavyweight paper for pencil, ink, and marker. Although it says that, this is rather thick. So it definitely eats up a lot of the ink, especially if you're using alcohol markers. So if you're on the verge of using alcohol markers, this is probably the better way to go. The way that this marker works, the way that this paper works with the marker, let me get the marker so I could show you guys what this is like. Okay, so I'm gonna use a Copic marker, and I'll use black just to show. So for this type of paper, this is one layer, and you can see it's very thick, and you can see on here that it kind of bleeds through. That's one pass. Let's do two passes. And you can see it looks like it kind of seeps through. This is the third pass. It seeps through, and it didn't even touch this paper. That's because these types of paper have a certain sealant on one side of the paper that prevents it from bleeding to the other side. So let's go to pass 4. See? So it still hasn't bled through. There's a couple of papers that are like this, that are really good like this. Let's do 5. Let's do 6. So you see that I did 6 passes already, and it still hasn't bled through the paper. And this is black, okay? This is black. Let's do 7. Let's make it a square. Let's do 7. Might as well do 7, right? Okay. And ta-da. So you can see, it's gotten really thick around the edges. That's because I focused on there. So let's do slow passes. This would be pass 8. Okay, so you see this is past 8, still hasn't bled through at all. So if you are going to dip into the marker realm of markers, then I would definitely use this Canson Pro Layout marker. I do have another paper, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to be cost effective. So with that being said, let's try the Canson XL, because that is an actual, I have no idea where I got this from, but all right, I'll just leave that there while I go over here and test this out. So this is a more cost-effective paper, but I'm pretty sure I don't like this paper too much. I mean, this, see, the same thing, but this paper is very thin, and I mean thin. This is thin like printer paper, and I think printer paper might even be a little bit thicker than this. That's why I don't really prefer this, but if you're on a budget and you just want to dabble into the marker realm without breaking the pocket, I would definitely just try this out. Even Blick Studio might have their own version of marker. I haven't seen it, but it's been a while since I bought paper because I have a lot of it. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, see, this one doesn't bleed through it as well, so this is definitely more affordable. So yes, definitely would recommend this. So 2 main things that I would recommend if you're gonna dabble in this is marker, this is watercolor, and this is the drawing. These 3 papers I would recommend for drawing, depending on what medium you're looking to get into. This stick Blick drawing, I'm not sure how much it costs, but I will definitely check it up and put the link below. And I will also link everything else that I listed here below. But when I did the math, it came for the 2 different variations, it came out to a little over $10 and just under $10. So it depends on like what you're deciding to go with. So like if you don't need the Tortillions, you know, you save an extra 89 cents. If you don't need a kneaded eraser, it's 55 cents. If you don't need a Micron, save $2.63. So you could actually essentially get everything you need really under $10 just specifically for drawing, which this is my recommendation right here, what you would need to do just drawing, just sketching. They do have a sketch paper, but I like the drawing paper just because it's not super thin and it's got a little tooth to it, so you can practice with the shading and shadowing. So yeah, that's it, guys. So stay tuned. I will be doing a review video on a bulk, not a bulk, but a giant set of pencils, and it's a little kit that I purchased from Amazon. So I'll be doing a review on that. So I'll post it in the cards over there, over there, over there, over there. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, it's okay. No harm, no foul. Whatever. Or if you have suggestions for other future videos, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, mousies.